thank you very much for the honor to be here. My name is Zoltán, and I am the export manager of our company, Endrich GmbH, a German distributor company of components. But during the COVID time, we started another activity. We started to develop our own products on the field of IoT. And like that, we would like to present ourselves also as a producer company, as an idea maker company. I'd like to invite you for a small journey together with us, where I want to show you some technologies that you might use for your own sensor solutions, your IoT solutions. And I also would like to share with you a few of the examples. And the idea that I'm going to talk about is two technologies what we can select for sending sensor data to the cloud. One is about direct cellular connection, and the other one is when you have a lot of sensors in an area to collect the data and to link it out to the internet on one single gateway. So those two solutions describe today's IoT the most perfectly. And our solution is usually a solution with a modular solution. Unfortunately, the video didn't work in my previous slide, but you should know that we use in Lego City to demonstrate our modularity and our versatility with regards of our solutions. A little bit to go through on the concept of IoT. We have a complete solution from the sensor till completely to the cloud. Everything is developed by ourselves, so all the sensor items, the smart sensors, the communication channels, the cloud itself, as well as the AI and the visualization solutions are from Endrich, and we do offer it to use free of charge for our customers. We also disclose a lot of the hardware elements on the internet, so you can have a knowledge from us how to build your own smart sensor computer. And for that, if someone of you is going to come to Electronica, we would release a new book about it in Electronica, so welcome on our booth in Electronica Munich, and you will get your own copy about this book. A little bit of the technological background of what I've been speaking about, how to get this data to the cloud. For that, we developed a number of proof of concept products. You can see on the screen some examples, but at the end of the presentation, I will show much more. But let's go and dive into the technology itself. As I mentioned to you, there are two ways of getting the data. Either the sensor is equipped with his own internet connection, then you can directly send the data through the cellular or other LPWA technology to the cloud, or what happens if you have many measuring points in one location, but doesn't make it economical to have many internet connections? In this case, we have another solution. I'm going to talk about this in details. So first, let's see the cellular-based sensor direct point-to-point connections. For that, we develop one concept where you can see majority of our products are using for connectivity some cellular, usually narrowband IoT or CAT-M connection, and usually they are either battery-driven or most of the cases they are driven from the mains power because of the lifetime requires that. If you want to do, however, a solution with only battery basis, then we can not have, of course, very strong, power-hungry cellular solutions. In this case, we are using another technology, which is called the NeoMesh technology, where we are only taking care of the data, hopping from one point to the other. These points can be like 100 meters from each other, a few 10 meters inside of a building, and those messages will take care that they will arrive to the gateway, and the gateway will have his internet connection and will send the data to the cloud, and this is how it is done. So all these sensor nodes on the left side are collecting the data. You can make a mesh out of really huge number of nodes. You can have up to 65,000 nodes in one network, and those could be a few 10 meters from each other, and then they will hop the data from one to the other, and the data will arrive at the end to the gateway, which gateway will then take care of sending the data to the cloud, when we can have our own AI and visualization routines to take care of it. The two technologies, if you compare them technically, both have his own place in the technology. You can just decide of your own use case which is the better solution. Usually you can talk if you have just a few measuring points in a close proximity, like in a machine, for instance. You usually use a direct point-to-point connection. This is the best to use in, for instance, predictive maintenance. If you, however, have many points that are relatively far away from each other, like 10 meters, 50 meters, 20 meters, these kind of cases require most of the time a distributed network with a low power consumption, and then a gateway to link out to the internet. If we take economical considerations, you can see in the comparison on the screen, belonging to the number of measuring points, you can see which one is better, and you can see that in 3 measuring points, you already reached the break-even. The technologies seem to cost the same money, and after 3 measuring points, definitely this mesh networking solution is much more economical, so we will put the emphasis in future on that in certain cases. So this is the winner solution. So the technology, what makes this possible, it's called Neomesh, a company from Denmark, Neocortec, who is the inventor of this software stack, which is then placed on a module. Is a very nice technology. I've been speaking about it a lot last year in Industrial Tech Forum. Also, we published a lot in the local media, like for instance, TDL Media's Southeast European Industrial Magazine. You can have a series of articles from me regarding this. I don't want to go into details. If somebody's interested, we stay here for the whole afternoon in the networking area, so you can meet us and we can discuss all these things in details. And now I'd like to switch to some examples and that you can see where we can use this technology. For all these technologies or all these use cases, we have ready proof of concept products. You can have them, you can consult about them with us, and you can also order from us your customized products, or we can work together on that. Just really would like to browse through all these technologies, and you can see our products. So one of them is the whole diagnostics. When you have to measure certain parameters like temperature, humidity, distribution of the whole industrial whole, you can have this mesh network. It's very cheap. You don't need to wire anything. Normally, to establish such a network in a hole like this, we had a use case of a 20,000 square meter industrial hole. It took 2 hours for us to have the whole network. So I think this is unbeatable. So that's one of the use case. Talking about this 20,000 square meter hole, when we were there, we could see that the air is very much polluted. So I couldn't see the other wall. So we just placed there also another kind of sensor network, a kind of airborne dust concentration measurement sensor. So you can also use this kind of sensors for air quality monitoring. So we also have the solution for that one. Or it was also a request from my wife, because with us the flowers always dry out, and she was complaining on me that I'm doing sensors, but I cannot make a solution for that. So we made also in our garden, but also in agriculture, you can do a kind of monitoring network for the soil moisture, that if you have to irrigate or not, so you can combine it with your irrigation, automatic irrigation system, and then you can have also a big mesh network in your garden, in your agriculture area, and you can control the ground moisture level. Street lamps, we also have solution for street lamps, when you can make a already existing street lamps with a retrofit solution, just add on intelligence, add on IoT. You can put them in the big network on a street, on a city, on a small village. You can imagine with the thousands of nodes which are all independently working based on battery for years. I didn't mention, but with NeoMesh, you can run such a sensor for 7 years around on 2 AA batteries. I think this is something which is considerable. Also here, you don't need to have it because here any lamps do have power, but to use that power is not easy. So a retrofit solution is always better to run on battery. With this solution, you can do that. Another use case which we are very deeply dig into is the refrigeration, the industrial refrigeration. We work together with huge companies. I cannot tell the names, but they are normally, you drink that outside there. It starts with Coca and ends with cola. So with those companies, we work together on having their fridges all equipped with long life, long service life, smart sensors, and deliver all the data to cloud to see not only if the fridges are not cool enough, but also to count the number of door openings and stuff like that. So these are that's the family of products that we are using for refrigeration and also for freezers. So we have solutions also till -40 degrees. Last but not least, it's the wireless sensor for smoke protection. Honeywell is using this technology already on their smoke detectors, being connected wirelessly. So that's also nice. We can also have solutions for utility meters just to connect them in a building into a huge network. We can have room occupancy detection for hotels, for conference rooms, for industrial area, for offices, for instance, with this same networking solution. We have our own use case with elevators, so we are equipping elevators with telemetric data. It's a very nice use case. We can count animals. You can imagine thousands of cows in a herd. They are, we don't know anything about them if we are, for instance, in South America and they are out on the field. When they come to drink, we can count them just by simply having a small device in their ears. We can count them. They are connected into a network. And so as with people, we can do that. You can see in my neck, there's a small smart badge. This is able to connect me to other guys who have the same one in the neck, and this can also measure all the temperature around me, this humidity, the CO2 levels. I can even see how many people is around me. So with this smart badge, we can also really detect people's presence. We can follow them. And last but not least, we also can use our devices not only for parameter detection, but also for tracking, external tracking, not very precise tracking. We are not going for the centimeter or meter position, but we just follow if a certain sensor is working in a certain street or certain house. So let's say our precision is around a few hundred meters. And with these all, we can only use these two technologies that I showed you. And if you're interested, we are really ready to speak. I don't think that we have time for questions, answers, but we will be outside. So if somebody would like to know something about us more, we are ready. And if you follow us on internet, on LinkedIn, for instance, then you can see really almost every week new contents about our new and nice innovations. And thank you very much. It was an honor to speak in front of so many people. Thank you very much. Thank you.